Guys, Brian back here with another Caspa update. If you remember about a week ago, right, if you watched the videos back then, we talked about coming to these lower levels, all right? I know there were some comments that people didn't really believe we were coming down there. Quite honestly, I wasn't 100% sure either, but this really did look like the most common area to come to, right back down here and back test this, okay? We got this massive breakout. We never have come back and back tested it. You can see right from here we got the breakout and then it took off. All right, we've come and closed this gap now. Okay, same thing happened with Singularity Net. I cover that coin and I do videos on it. Same exact thing happened. It had to break out, ran way up, it came back down, almost retested this area. Then it came down even further and actually closed the gap, and now Singularity's getting a bounce off of that gap area after it closed up. All right, I want to show you guys, we have this falling wedge forming, excuse me. You can see we hit the bottom bands of this now. All right, this is on the daily chart. All right, we got a lot of things going for us from here. All right, number one, we bounced right off of this area. Okay, this is on the daily. If we zoom in here on the hourly, you can let me pull this up here so you can see. You know, we've tested this area now pretty much all day long. I think there's eight or nine candles in here, all right, going sideways in here. Of course, same thing happened up here, I know, but that wasn't an area that we were really targeting for support. It was a small support area, but nothing compared to what we have. You can see over here, it was just a top. Let me get my arrow here. You can see that when it hit here, this was just the top of this zone here. Okay, now this, where it did hold some support, was in this area here. All right, but it did end up rolling over and coming down to this area down here, which I think we've bottomed out here now. Now I want to show you guys, let's get back out here on the daily here. I don't want to lose track where I'm at. And I want to show you guys some falling wedge patterns and what they entail, okay? It says here, both rising and falling wedges can occur over both intraday and months-long time frames. We have been in this wedge since March 30th. Okay, so we had all of April. We are now at May 22nd. Okay, so April, May 22nd, 2 months now, all right? The strongest wedge patterns develop over a 3 to 6 month period and are preceded by a strong trend that is at least several months long. However, it is also possible that the trend is contained partially or entirely within the wedge pattern itself. The reversal signaled by the wedge may be either an intermediate reversal within the larger trend or a long-term reversal. As you can see, it says here, the ones that are over a 3 to 6 month span are preceded by a strong trend that is at least several months long. So, and I'm going to tie all this together here in a second, but see, rising wedges are known to roll over and collapse. Okay, now let me get here. Yeah, here's a trading the wedge pattern. You have higher or lower highs and lower lows the whole way down in this thing, and you can see right here on our chart, we had this high, then we had a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. All right, we've had lower highs and lower lows the whole way through here. All right, then you have your convincing trading volume decreasing. Let's go back to ours. Obviously, the volume has decreased quite a bit through here. Okay, so we had most of our volume. We had a lot of buyers come in over here. Let me get my arrow because I'm not sure how that is showing up, but we had a lot of buyers coming in over here as we reached the top. You can see there. So there's a lot of people out there obviously still holding, but let's get back to this. Then you have a strong trading volume after you get the breakout. All right, that's pretty much normal. As soon as people will see a coin is up 12, 15, 20% for the day, then the buyers pile in. All right, the first example shows a rising wedge. That is not what we want to see. Okay, now rising wedges are typically bearish. Okay, they'll fall down, they'll come back to retest the collapse and then continue on down. All right, what rising wedge counter trend with a bearish breakout. Now let me get back up to the top here. That's where I wanted to get to. All right, intraday wedge patterns, long-term wedge patterns, 3 to 6 months to develop proceeds by a strong trend, the strongest wedge pattern. Okay, that's a rising wedge there. We have a falling wedge going on here. Here we go. Lower highs and lower lows of bullish signals. Either in an uptrend, then you have your falling wedge and you break out, or you're following a strong downtrend, then you form into a wedge reversal pattern. Okay, up here it says however, in which case the bullish movement at the end of the wedge is a continuation. Falling wedges are the inverse of rising wedges and are always considered bullish signals. They develop when a narrowing trading range has a downward slope such that subsequent lows and highs within the wedge are falling as trading progresses. Falling wedges are typically reversal signals that occur at the end of a strong downtrend. However, they can occur in the middle of a strong upward movement, in which case the bullish movement at the end of the wedge is a continuation of the overall bullish trend. All right, so you can see these are very bullish signs, a falling wedge. All right, and that's what we got going on in here. All right, I totally believe we have bottomed out. Nothing is 100%, but this totally made sense. I've had this up here. If you go back to the videos from 2 weeks ago, I had this range in here that we would fall to, that I thought we would fall to. I don't have a crystal ball. I am all I can do is look at strong points of support and say, this is where this thing could come to. All right, the whole way up, you can see the whole way up here. This is on a daily again. We didn't really build a lot of support up through here. Okay, that's why we fell down like that. Of course, when you're going up, you want to see something like this. Okay, you don't want to go up in a straight line. You want to build support stairs the whole way up. So that coin, when it falls, has something to come back to. Oops, I'm sorry, didn't mean to do that. Let me try this again real quick. You want to build them up. So then you can come back here, find support, and bounce off of that and continue up. All right, that's why you want to build these stairs the whole way up. So anyway, we have come down to this area. Now there's a few things I want to show you here. Okay, if we do get this breakout, all right, we ended up having this ABC at the top, and then it looks like we had 5 waves down inside here. Okay, the measurement of this breakout would take us up towards the 4-cent range. Okay, now that would be that of course wouldn't be the end of a move. That would be the measured move of the wedge breakout. Okay, before we had another correction after that of some kind. But anyway, if we end up doing this this massive if this is all ends up being one wave, let's put a trend-based fib on this thing. Okay, go from the bottom to the top, down to the bottom. All right, or let's see where that takes us. Okay, so that would take us up towards 16 and a half cents roughly. So what would something like this look like? Okay, if this ended up being a 1 and a 2 wave, if we do something to get an idea, if this works out like this, and to me it looks like it. Your third wave, this wave that we would be building right now, would be your number one, your longest wave and your strongest uptrend out of a 5-wave system. All right, so excuse me, your third wave would over exceed your first or your 5th wave up. Okay, it's going to be your longest one, but your 4th wave pullback is going to be your biggest pullback in here. Okay, that thing, who knows how far it could end up if this all works out, how that far it could pull back. Then you would have your 5th wave blow off here, and that would take us up towards that 16.7, I believe it is. So it could end up looking something like that by the end of, by the time it's over with. Of course, this could take months and months and months to play out. We're not going to know until it obviously until it forms out here, but Caspa is definitely holding strong. There's nothing I see in here alerting at all. These RSIs, we've been waiting for this weekly to reset. Look at the daily. It's at all zeros. All right, so if you're at a time to make a strong bounce and a breakout, we're at it. Okay, the daily's at all zeros. The 12-hour, I believe the 12 is just about reset. It's at 5 and 4. I was giving it a second here. For some reason, it isn't loading up. Here we go. A little slow. Let's go to the 8. Okay, the 8-hour stochastic is just about to the bottom. It's at 0 and 11. Let's try that 12 one more time here. For some reason, my stochastic isn't loading up on that. The 4-hour is at the bottom and is turned up bullish at 11, 7, and 10. And your lower time frames, the hour and stuff. The hour is actually 3/4 of the way up. I don't really look at them too much. I wish that 12 would load up. I don't know why it's not. But that weekly that we've been waiting for is at the bottom. It's at all zeros and at 2. Okay, it is just starting to hook up. Let me enlarge this for you so you can see it. Look at that thing. It is just starting to hook over the blue line. All right, so at any time that will bend up, and then that'll turn this bullish. You want to see the blue line on top of the orange, and as soon as we get a run started here, that blue line should flick up and overlap that orange one. So things are looking fine with this chart. I am super excited. I expect to move out of Caspa any day now. Okay, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 red candles in a row on the weekly. All right, so it's been a long ways down here. We've been in it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 8 weeks now. All right, that's a 2-month downtrend. All right, the stronger, remember what the article said, the stronger the downtrend, the stronger the breakout. So this thing is looking fantastic. If we go over to any news on Twitter for Caspa, not much going on. And if I could ask you to please hit the like and subscribe, I keep forgetting that. I would appreciate that so much, guys. And but if we go over to Twitter, nothing going on here. The crypto bubbles. For the day, you can see not a whole lot going on out there. Kava, of course, Hex, they had that big pulse chain launch there. That thing's been up and down every day, like big numbers. Pepe, it's down. No, not a lot. If we look on the hourly, there's Hex up plus 3% for the hour. So that thing's been a roller coaster. But not a whole lot going on out there. The weekly, you can see a little bit of green out there. XRP plus 7%, so a little bit going on, not much, but the chart is looking fantastic on this thing. Okay, Bitcoin, I do want to show you that because I believe something bigger is going on with Bitcoin. Let me get my chart I want here for it. Okay, that's not the one I want. I have a few charts up, one for videos and one for just mapping things out, all right? But this is Bitcoin on the weekly, actually. You can see that weekly RSI. It is almost reset on Bitcoin, but it's bearish and coming down, all right? That was making me look at a few things. This is Bitcoin on the daily chart. Now, if I take a Fibonacci measurement here, I was looking at this earlier, okay, and I take that wick, move it up here. All right, we had a bounce back to that 702. Okay, 702 in here. Now, if this ends up being an ABC up, which it's looking like one. Okay, no guarantees on anything. I don't give financial advice or anything like that, but looks like if this is doing an ABC, let's see here. This would end up being your A wave, your B down, and then your C up. Okay, which would take us up to, excuse me, 28, excuse me, 28.3. Okay, now if we take Bitcoin, this is weird how this was measuring out. All right, I have this line marked. All right, so I'm gonna get that ABC off there because this is all tying in together. All right, now if I take a fib and I move it over here on this recent high, okay, and take it down to low. Look where that 702 comes out. That 702 comes out right on that line of that ABC up. All right, that A, B, C up to the 702. All right, so a measured move of this one here would be a bigger overall A up to the 702, the B, and then our C leg down. Look where the measured move comes to this thing, okay? Now you take it, this is a 1-for-1 ratio, all right? That came up to that C, so we would move that down to the top of that C. Look where that brings Bitcoin to. Right down to that 24,200 area. Is this going to play out? I don't know, but it all lines up on the Fibonacci charts. You know, if you use Fibs and you chart with it, go check it out. Please do, because it all lines up. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Everybody's talking about Bitcoin taking this plunge down, to 24,000. That would line up. All right, that would mean that Bitcoin would first have a run up to 28.3, 28,300, somewhere right around there, and then it would end up falling from 28.3 down to the 24.4, 24.3 area. I don't have it measured out exactly, but on a Fibonacci, it would all line up, and this would all just be one big. Let me change the color on this so you can see it better. One big ABC inside here, okay, which could absolutely play. We'll see. We'll see if it plays out. It's lining up. If we get that run up to 28.3 and you see Bitcoin roll over, that's probably where it's headed. So we'll see how it plays out, guys. But Kaspa is looking fantastic. I believe this is going to be our week, and I think we have a lot to be excited for. That weekly RSI, the falling wedge, I believe we have bottomed out, and I'm ready to go. It's been 8 painful weeks, so give us something here. Let's get that breakout. All right, guys, thanks a lot. I'll talk to you real soon.